The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning. The government settles with the incoming police chief. The amount of the settlement not revealed, though. Minutes still quiet over the claims made by the outgoing Commissioner of Police Paul Roll and the House to debate a bill aimed at bringing closure to families of Dorian victims. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's here. It's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Monday, July 4th, 2022. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Pamela Musgrove will be joining us. Also this morning, we'll be talking with BPSU President Kingsley Ferguson. He's going to be talking with us about a number of issues, including where things stand with that investigation into financial officers who were accused of giving themselves increases. And later in Morning Blend Business, we are talking with Comfort Suites. They've got a lot of exciting things happening for the summer. They will give us the details about all of that. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, the Office of the Attorney General has settled a 2019 lawsuit filed by incoming Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernander and incoming Deputy Commissioner of Police Limon Delaveau. That's according to attorney Bjorn Ferguson. Ferguson, who represents Fernander and Delaveau, said the matter was settled on June 12th. He declined to reveal yesterday how much was awarded to the men. Fernander and Delaveau were among 8 senior police officers controversially sent on leave under the Minutes administration. In 2019, former Deputy Commissioner Emmerich Seymour, Senior Assistant Commissioner Stephen Dean, and Assistant Commissioners Clarence Reckley, Theophilus Cunningham, Ashton Greenslade, Ken Strawn, Fernander, and Delaveau were all directed to take their months of accumulated vacation. Marvin Dames, who was Minister of National Security at the time, insisted that there was nothing sinister about the move to place the senior officers on leave. He said that the action was rather part of a government plan to transition the force to a new structure as recommended in the audit report tabled in the House of Assembly back in May 2019. At the time, the Nassau Guardian reported that Cunningham had over 70 weeks of vacation leave, and Strachan and Delvaux had about 30 weeks, or over 30 weeks. Greenslade had over 50 weeks of vacation time. Meanwhile, former Prime Minister Dr. Jimenez mum over claims by outgoing Commissioner of Police Paul Roll that he felt betrayed and deceived by the Minutes administration over its handling of putting those senior officers on leave. Roll said last week that he did not agree with the former administration's decision. When contacted for comment yesterday, former Prime Minister Minnis said, quote, "Conversations between commissioners and PMs are confidential, similar to cabinet." However, there is no convention that supports Minnis' claim. When asked about it in 2019, Minnis said he didn't know why the matter became such a big deal. He asked, quote, "What is wrong with taking vacation? They are entitled to take vacation. What's wrong with that?" In other news, the government is expected to debate legislation to provide for the presumption of death for people who disappear in circumstances of peril and have not been heard from for at least 2 years. That debate expected to kick off, the legislation to be tabled on Wednesday. On Saturday, Office of the Prime Minister, Director of Communications, Trey Ramming, tweeted that the proposed legislation was for individuals impacted by Hurricane Dorian nearly 3 years ago. In the tweet, he said that the legislation will bring closure to many Bahamian families as they finally turn the chapter on their lives lost during the hurricane. The Nassau Guardian obtained a copy of the proposed legislation, the Evidence Amendment Number 2 bill. You can read more about it in today's edition. And F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands blasting Prime Minister Philip Davis for traveling with a big contingent, his words, to Suriname, arguing that Davis should focus his energy on the issues at home. Davis is in the South American country to attend the CARICOM Heads of Government. He recently attended the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Rwanda and the Summit of the Americas in Los Angeles, California. On Friday, Sands said that, quote, "Sometimes you just need to stay home and do some work." Crime and murder is out in the country is out of control. More than 72 murders. The murder, according to our estimates, the murder count exceeded 72 now. Sands also saying, quote, "We are on pace for the highest ever murder count in the history of the Bahamas. Never mind that the government was elected to defend the safety and welfare of Bahamians. This travel thing is too nice." Sands says Davis needs to fix it. He also pointed to inflation and, quote, "But you are all traveling and sightseeing and TikToking and Instagramming all over the world." And a man shot and killed over the weekend. This happened on Friday on Shirley Road off Shirley Street. Police saying the victim was driving a black Nissan car around 3 p.m. when another car pulled alongside him. Somebody in that car shot the victim and fled. That man died at the scene. Police appealing to anyone with information to contact them urgently. Overseas, Danish police believe a shopping mall shooting that left 3 people dead and 4 others seriously wounded was not terror-related. They said today that the gunman acted alone and appears to have selected his victims at random. Copenhagen Chief Police Inspector Soren Tomlinson saying the victims, a 17-year-old boy and a 17-year-old girl, both from Denmark, and a 47-year-old Russian man, were killed when the gunman opened fire on Sunday afternoon in the Fields shopping mall, one of Scandinavia's biggest. 4 other people, 2 Danish and 2 Swedish citizens, were treated for gunshot wounds and were in critical but stable condition. Several other people received minor injuries as they fled the shopping mall. Some 31 ambulances responded to the emergency, according to rescue officials. The police chief saying that the police had no indication that anyone helped the gunman, identified as a 22-year-old Dane. He said, the police saying that while the motive is unclear, there's nothing suggesting terrorism and that the suspect would be arraigned later today on preliminary charges for murder. In Denmark, preliminary charges are a step short of formal charges but allow authorities to keep criminal suspects in custody during an investigation. And from Australia, more than 30,000 residents of Sydney and its surrounds told to evacuate or prepare to abandon their homes today as Australia's largest city faces its fourth and possibly worst round of flooding in less than a year and a half. Days of torrential rain caused dams to overflow and waterways to break their banks, bringing a new flood emergency to parts of the city of 5 million people. The current flooding might affect areas that were spared during the previous floods in March last year, March this year, and April. New South Wales State Premier Dominic Perrottet saying that 32,000 people were impacted by evacuation warnings and orders. Emergency services made numerous flood rescues Sunday and early today, and we're getting hundreds more calls for help. Australia's Bureau for Meteorology saying that some areas between Newcastle, north of Sydney, and areas south of Sydney had received more than 39 inches of rain in the previous 24 hours. Some had received more than 59 inches. The totals are near the average annual rainfall for coastal areas for New South Wales, the average annual rainfall total in just 24 hours. In sports, the Bahamas advancing in World Cup qualifiers for basketball. Buddy Hield leading the team with a game-high 24 points as they get ready for a big game tonight. Buddy Hield scoring game-high, again, 24 points on National Pride Day Friday, propelling the senior men's national basketball team to a convincing win on the road, booking their spot for the second round of the FIBA America's World Cup qualifiers. They got a 97-80 victory over the U.S. Virgin Islands on Friday. Hield leading a balanced scoring attack for the Bahamas. 5 other Bahamians scored in double digits as well in an away matchup at the University of the Virgin Islands in St. Thomas. Also scoring in double figures, Kentuan Smith with 17 points, Franco Miller Jr. 16 points, Michael Thompson 13 points, Rashad Davis 12 points, and Travis Munnings 10 points. 97 points were the most ever scored by the Bahamas in a World Cup qualifying game. The Bahamas joins Canada and the Dominican Republic as the 3 teams from Group C to advance to the second round. Canada leads the group with a perfect 5-0 win-loss record, while the Dominican Republic sits in second with a 3-2 record. The Bahamas is third with a 2-3 record. The U.S. Virgin Islands holding the fourth and final spot with a winless 0-5 record. Read more about it. And again, the big game tonight, all in the Nassau Guardian today. You can attend that game right here at Bahamar this evening. Team Bahamas need your support, facing Dominican Republic today. Bahamas' junior golf team ending in a 4th place finish overall, the 34th Caribbean Amateur Junior Golf Championships after 3 rounds of golf in Puerto Rico. Bahamas coming into the 3rd and final round in 4th place with 69 points and finishing with 107 points after the 3rd round. Winning the tournament, host country Puerto Rico with 168 points. Dominican Republic finishing 2nd with 119 points, narrowly edging out Jamaica, which scored 117 to place 3rd. And the 34th edition of the Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp getting underway today at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Camp organizer Jeff Rogers says he's excited to launch the camp for a 34th year. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. And it's time for your first look at weather for today. Here's what's happening. We've got a robust tropical wave that's going to be moving westwards toward the southern islands today and will support bouts of active weather over portions of the country as a surface ridge will continue to generate moderate to locally fresh breezes through tonight. Boaters should be alert for the threat of water spouts. Beachgoers in the southeast Bahamas should exercise caution due to the risk of rip currents along eastern and southern shorelines. And residents across all areas should be alert and for another day with triple-digit heat indices. And you're being advised to remain hydrated and limit outdoor activities during peak afternoon hours. So for today, for the Northwest Bahamas, we're looking at partly sunny to sunny, hot and humid conditions with a few light showers and the slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms, becoming variably cloudy and warm with isolated showers and a few thunderstorms by late tonight. Winds easterly at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. For the central and southeast Bahamas, partly cloudy to cloudy, very warm and breezy with widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms through tonight. Showers may be locally heavy and thunderstorms strong to severe at times. Small craft caution is in effect. Expect gusty winds and higher seas in or near heavy showers and thunderstorms. Winds east to southeast at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. Temperature-wise, today we're looking at highs getting up to around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius, but that heat index will make it feel a lot hotter. It's going to feel like 102 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. We are already at about 80, 81 degrees in Nassau. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 78 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook coming up after traffic in just a bit. It is time for a break, but when we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9, your home for fresh news and smart talk all day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
When faced with an illness like cancer, we band together. And we at Cleveland Clinic in Florida have your back. From advanced cancer treatments to extra safety measures at all of our locations, we're with you on this journey. For every infusion and follow-up, for every step of the way, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic in Florida. Get the care you need when and where you need it. To learn more or connect with a local representative, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Technology serves to make our lives better, so why not your business too? At Custom Computers, we've been maintaining our knowledge and relationships with top tech companies since 1987 and carry only the most trusted brands like Apple, Microsoft, HP, and more. No company has helped more businesses build reliable IT systems than Custom Computers. You name it, we've done it. Call 396-1101 to talk to any of our business experts. Find trust in your tech. Count on Custom Computers.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's here. It's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at MorningBlend969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. Remember, standard text rates apply. Once again, I am Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, Pamela Musgrove. Pamela Musgrove, good morning.
Good morning, Dwight, and good morning, Bahamas.
Hope you had a great weekend.
I did. Good
Wonderful.
to be here.
Wonderful. The countdown is on to Independence Day. And,
Yes.
just
July is just flying by so fast.
it's practically August.
Yes, July
But,
is
yeah.
flying by so
Yeah.
fast.
My goodness. But anyway, hope everybody is geared up and excited about this one. 49th is like a precursor to the big one next year. And so it's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, we have a lot to get to this morning. Coming up, we're going to be talking with Bahamas Public Service Union President Kingsley Ferguson. Got a few issues to talk to him about, including where things stand with the financial officers issue. You remember a few weeks back, we all were wondering how that was possible. There's been an internal investigation into that, and we're going to get some insight into where things stand with that and more with Kingsley Ferguson this morning. And later, a Morning Blend business, we're going to be talking with Comfort Suites. They've got some big things happening for the summer, and they're going to tell us all about that this morning. And you definitely don't want to miss that. So that's all straight ahead. But first, let's get into what else is in the news. And in the news, just want to remind everybody about tonight, the big game tonight right here in Nassau, right at Bahamar. Team Bahamas going up against Team Dominican Republic, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. And if you can, get out there to show support for Team Bahamas. Buddy Hield and the crew looking to get the win there in this World Cup qualifier. And should be pretty exciting. And call them for tickets. I see some people are asking if it's going to be on TV. I have not heard that. I don't think it will be, and I can't blame them. They want people to go out there, right? They don't want empty stands. They want it to be full. So go out there and show your support. And so yeah, 7 p.m. Yeah, Bahamar.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You going? Let's go. I think I saw the price of the tickets, but anyway, let them tell you. But it's.
I'm going to support them in spirit.
Okay.
But I do plan to be at the National Swimming Meet this week. And
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It starts on Thursday.
Okay. All right. That reminds me. So, you remember last week, Monday, we were talking about the event, the Babe Ruth junior baseball event they're supposed to be having this weekend, and we asked about whether that stadium was going to be ready.
Is it this weekend?
Uh-huh.
No, this weekend.
Yeah.
This when
Yeah.
persons are coming from.
Yeah, all over the United
Oh.
States and China.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is the stadium ready?
Oh, no,
No, it's ready.
it's not.
It is ready.
It's not going to be there, Pam.
Where's it
It's
going
going
to be?
to be the Blue Hills Fields, whatever.
No.
Oh, yes.
No. The purpose of funding it to the tune of $30 million was so that it would be ready for this tournament.
That's what we were told.
No,
But
it's going to be
Oh,
ready.
I read it on Friday on the air. I'm like, wait, what? Is that what we're calling that? That's not really Blue Hills. And I confirmed with the sports team here. No, they're going to be doing it at the recently renovated fields.
Oh, wow.
So what was that all about?
So where are we, though? How much have we spent
You don't want to know.
on the baseball stadium? And will this be another situation where we spend $30 million and it still won't be ready to host any games or any
There
tournaments.
was talk about spring training. Well, the baseball season's already underway. There was all kinds of stuff.
Well, I always
but-
maintained, I felt that more effort should have been placed into developing a baseball program amongst the schools.
Yeah.
For that, if you're going to invest that type of money in a stadium,
not too
it
late.
should not be just because you are hosting a tournament this year, but it should be because you have a whole program set up where our young kids can participate and use the stadium for games and for meets and bring in coaches if we didn't have all of the necessary expertise in the country. But I won't believe it until I see it. That is not going to be there.
No, Pam, it's at the Blue Hills Fields. They said it was going to be ready. Were you on the show when they came on?
No,
that was months
no.
ago, and they said they were getting it ready for that. And then
I remember during the budget,
yeah.
it was good talk during the budget that they were going to get $30 million from somewhere to finish the stadium.
Well, I'm sure it will be finished, but not for this event. Not for this event.
Well, we'll see.
No. What do you make of that, folks? That's very disappointing. And it's, again, countries from all over, including the U.S. and China, and we're going to be in the field with bleachers.
I don't think
in
it's
the field,
no. I don't
not
think
a
it's.
stadium.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's.
We
no.
got a big skeleton
See, I
ghost
think that's
stadium sitting
that's
right
the
there.
challenge. I don't think it's bad. I think the fact that during these difficult times and where resources are scarce, and the government saying that they will take $30 million to finish the stadium specifically for this tournament. I think that's the challenge. The fact that if we took this money and the stadium is still not finished.
Did you ever see the drone shots of the stadium? There's so much. There is a lot to be done.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
I think that's a challenge. I think if you had, if we didn't have the stadium and we had told persons, okay, this is what we're going to do, and we fix up the field to have the tournament, that wouldn't have been an issue. And I am sure from the persons that are coming outside, that is not a major issue. They look at us as a developing nation with scarce resources, and so they probably expect.
Do they?
I think they probably
Not
expect
the
that.
smaller countries
But
from
I think,
the region.
Yeah, but I think for us saying that we are taking scarce resources to finish the stadium and not to have it finished, I think that's the challenge.
Let's get your reaction, folks. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. We asked our guest last week, hey, is that possible? Is it going to be finished? Yeah, it's going to be finished. No, it can't be. Can't be. Caller, good morning. What do you think about this?
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
Good morning, Pam.
Good morning.
Let me see if I can echo a little bit. See now, that stadium they building, they wasn't talking about that stadium, And to be fair with you guys, and we have a lot of payment in the AA, AAA, and the major leagues now. You see, we need to start thinking out of the box. You see, because if we had a law, all these things would be in fixed, man. Money would be in earmark, all these things. But I don't know how our politicians run this country. They just do things what they don't do. They play by the bank of fields, right, heading towards the blue side. And they have to have multiple fields. When you have tournament like that, man, you could have one from field to field. Trust me. We didn't even need 7 or 8 fields. And I don't think they even have enough fields. They're trying their best. I lie. They're trying their best. See, these international teams too is coming in the hotel space, and everybody make themselves a couple of dollars. But try to make some money. See, we just, I just be saying all this. We just need to get them a little break and try to get the main stadium finished, because here it is. We are in a warm climate. So back in the early days and 60s, I think they had to bring Major League Swing in the nail. They break out our good baseball stadium and never build it back. You see, so government need to start putting people on board to get these things done. Go and get the law and help this country. And time to take my call, my brother.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. Let's take another call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning, Dwight. I'm not sure if it's an error or maybe it's an oversight, but I've driven past the new Blue Hills fields that are being renovated for months now. At least for about 2 months. And as I understand it, the Babe Ruth Championships they're being held there because they need multiple fields for the teams to, I guess, have the game. But as I understand, the budget for the new stadium is for the new budget, which comes into force, I understand, July 1st. So that budgeting for the new stadium wouldn't even be able to be used or at least available until.
No, the issue is a few months ago, they were proclaiming that they were trying to secure the funding to finish the stadium in time for this. And, of course, that was going to be a challenge. No, it doesn't look like we can see that now, but I know that had been an early goal.
Yeah, no, I think it was during the midterm budget communication.
That's the larger stadium, which is only one field. I don't even think that would be able to host this kind of championship on the first instance. And secondly, I think that's about generously 2 years away.
Wow.
No, that wasn't made clear to the public. During the midterm budget communication, it was said that they will secure $30 million for this stadium in order to host this upcoming tournament. It was not made clear to the public that this is something we wanted to do for this 2022-2023 budget, and it will take 2 years before it's done.
They were saying it was pretty close.
Yeah.
But others were disagreeing with that. But they were claiming it was pretty close.
Yeah, if that was the case, it wasn't made clear to the public.
But when I listened to I think it's Greg Burrows, who's, I guess, one of the leaders on the baseball community here. When he spoke,
Greg Burrows was on this show, and he said this was a few months back, and they were really hoping to have it there at that stadium, but that is a few months ago. Obviously, things changed.
Just the final game or something, but I've been out to those new baseballs, the new updated baseball fields in Blue Hills, and they're beautiful. They've upgraded those, the seating, the fields themselves, the landscaping, everything is updated there. So I'm pretty sure that they intended to have most, if not all, of the games there, and maybe they wanted to have maybe the championship game at the largest stadium. But it would have been impossible for the amount of teams that are coming down for that championship. It would have been impossible to have all of those games there in that short of time.
Okay, all right, I hear you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah. Well, it'll be one of the beautiful renovated fields for the championship now, it seems. Let's take another call. Good morning, call. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, Dwight and Pam.
Good morning.
We just like Bahamians say, 50 years of independent Bahamians, we believe everything what their politicians tell us. I with Pam. I believe it when I see it. You understand? They know exactly what their intentions was from day one when they was trying to allot this money during the height of the pandemic. Like Pam say, when we were scrapping for everything, they know exactly what they want that money for. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a change of government and then that stadium becomes one of the biggest controversies as to where the money gone and where that gone and whatnot. And like the last caller just said,
again,
because
again.
It
already happened.
Like the last caller said just now, they could have finished that stadium. Well, no, they couldn't have finished it because Olympic Games and stadiums like that to prepare for a world event like this usually take a long time, a very long time. They know what they don't want that money for, Dwight. Anyway, thanks for taking my call.
Okay, I won't go that far. But yeah, it's a little embarrassing. So here's what's happening. It's going to be 8 teams, 2 from the Bahamas, and other nations are going to be Aruba, the Cayman Islands, Cuba, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Jamaica. And teams from the United States and China are also entered in the 16 and under tournament. The teams I mentioned just now, those are for the 12 and under teams. All right. Let's take some more calls. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning.
Hi.
I agree with Tom, in terms of sports development. In every sport in this country, we have to put no money in development in the sports. And then we have to create this narrative in the Bahamas about sports tourism, right? And when we talk about a baseball stadium, a track and field stadium, especially a baseball stadium, cities do that to make money from its domestic population, not from visitors. These things up, these sports, these towns, teams. Teams comes in throughout the season, like every day of the season, every other 3 days of every week in the in the season. You know, that's not a seasonal thing. And for sporting teams, they don't travel to play. They play at home. You see, so we need let's look at basketball. We have a situation in this Bahamas where we need hurricane shelters, and we're not building gymnasiums. You know, basketball is an indoor sport. It's not an outdoor sport. We don't have gymnasiums in the junior school. We don't have gymnasiums in the senior school. You know, we still building schools like an African village in the 40s. Where you got to go outside to go from class to class. You got to get with it in this Bahamas, man, and stop allowing our politicians to tell us we can't believe we should not believe our lying eyes or something like that. Thank you.
Okay, all right. One more call, and then we'll get to your text message, then we move on to another topic. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight and Pam. How are you all this morning?
Doing well. Good morning.
Okay. Are those those fields at Blue Sports Complex? I'll tell you, I'll give you my experience. I experienced them about 2 weeks ago. They are superb, okay? Because I lived in America for some time, and those fields even look better than some of the fields in America. I advise you guys to go there and take a look at it for yourself. And if you're going to host a major event like that, with many teams coming to the Bahamas, you definitely can't host it in the main stadium, but that's no excuse. I think what they were intending to do is have the main games with the main teams after they have the finals played in the stadium. And as we speak, the stadium is presently still being worked on as we speak, okay? So let's see what's going to happen.
As we speak, how? Because
it's being worked on.
I've passed by every day. I haven't seen anybody in a while.
Work at the stadium for about almost three weeks to a month ago. They're working on the stadium as we speak.
Oh, okay.
Don't take my word. You could.
I pass every day. I haven't seen anyone in quite a while. But
wow.
But okay.
I just passed there on Friday, and the workers will get lunch. Some of the workers will get lunch from the vendors that comes out that way.
Maybe when I okay. I pass by every morning on my way in, and most days on my way out. And when on my way out,
before they come into work, and you pass after they leave.
Well, maybe you're on lunch. Maybe they're on lunch at that time.
After they already left.
Oh, you think my days are that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what happened. That's why you're not seeing anybody.
Could be that. Or maybe they're working on the other side, not on the road side. Okay. It could be.
Yeah, it could be, because that's a big stadium, and you can't see everything from the road.
No, I'm just a human. I can't see through
So you should make that assumption, Dwight, until you go and get the drone or you drive around to see if they're actually there.
You are absolutely correct,
okay.
Pam.
Okay.
You are correct.
So drive around today. Today, when you go, drive on the other side.
I will do that. Okay. Here's some text messages here. Dwight, it's a disgrace to have a tournament like this with countries from all over the world coming here, and that stadium should have been finished for this tournament. Pam's on point again. We put the cart before the horse. We have plenty of money to burn at the expense of the taxpayers. Set up the programs for the youth first. Well, there are programs. But
Dwight, you always say that, Dwight.
What you were saying something different, and I agree with you that needs to be in the schools. If you want to do baseball, you've got to join a club. You've joined one or two clubs to really perfect that. It's not in the school like that.
And with those clubs, trust me, I know of parents who have kids in swimming or they have kids in baseball. They pay money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Parents, that's a lot of money. Right. So you are already excluding a segment of our society whose parents don't have that type of money to fund for these clubs.
Yeah.
And I think you need to give our kids something to do. I think what is lacking is they just need something to do. And if you get them involved in different types of sports, who knows?
Yeah, and that's the challenge. That's the point I was making last week with soccer as well, that even if you have it in the schools, but in order to really become at the level that you will need to spend money and be a part of a club. And a lot of people cannot afford that, and their talent is just wasted, sadly.
I mean,
unless someone takes them on.
I went to government school. I cannot play sports if you pay me to, right?
Not one? None?
Not
There's
really.
got to be one.
But I was on the volleyball team.
Okay.
And I was on the
there?
stuff. Well, I remember this one time, they put me on, and we were losing our school. And it was the last couple of minutes
so they said,
of the game.
They
took me off the bench.
She needs some minutes.
But I was on the volleyball team. Mm-hmm. I was on the softball team. I really didn't play like that. I was just, what I like about sports and what I've actually learned since leaving school and being around family members who engage in sporting activities. It teaches discipline.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
It teaches discipline. And so I think we need more organized programs, not just a program just to give the children something to do to run up and down doing a period in school, but really organized programs. I think it help with redirecting a lot of our youth down the negative path.
Yeah. All right. So this texter is sending a lot of very interesting texts, 3 great ones that must be discussed. Great, and I'm not saying great because they're good, but great as they will inspire lots of conversation. The first part of the text, Bahamar cannot accommodate all of us to watch the game live.
But I think Bahamas going to be crowded. I think it's going to be filled
and you all
to
are
capacity.
very jokey because you know half of you weren't going to watch it. So stop. But also, so why doesn't Guardian Radio broadcast it live for the people to listen to? All right. So we're very funny with money in this country because that couldn't be right.
Yeah.
Or someone would have to pay us.
Yeah.
And so
Advertising.
that is not how it works, unfortunately. Right. So that a lot. Sometimes those are the reasons why things can't happen. And even in the U.S., until they've sold out a stadium in some sports, right, they can't broadcast games unless they've sold so many percentage of tickets.
And then, too, it's not wise because if you said we're going to broadcast it live, then a lot of persons would not show up.
Right.
Right?
And
Stay
they
up
need
front
the
seat.
support.
Yeah.
They need the support down there. So that none of those things that you've mentioned is practical, unfortunately. Now, the second part of their text is Pamela Musgrove, the government is not serious. The stadium apparently was built facing the wrong direction. What's up with that? Wow. Okay, so since that horrible rumor was spread years ago and by certain people, all involved have come out and said that was not true. That wasn't true. It's not facing the wrong way. What way is right? They don't even know what that means. And so that was just politics getting involved there to spread that vicious rumor around. But Greg Burrows was mentioned before, and I've spoken to the architect, and they were like, what type of nonsense was that? So, And then they go on to say, follow the money. People ain't nothing. Changes. Nothing will change until friends, family, and lovers and the Negro politicians are not to be trusted. It's just a bunch of lies. Wow. Okay. That's all from one person just now, folks. All right. So, yeah. More text messages here. If the money for the stadium was budgeted and allocated, we need to find out what happened to that money. Well, as you heard, it's probably for this fiscal year or next. This one says here, I pass this new stadium every day and no work is going on. On another note, why are so many marked police cars on the road? Why are no marked police cars on the road? What? There are no traffic cops on the road consistently. Why? Well, I can't say that. I mean, they're always, I don't know if they're traffic cops. But
I
they're
saw
always on
some
the road.
COVID cars.
Yeah, they're still around.
Yeah, so I'm wondering why though?
COVID is still a thing.
Yeah, but I mean, what are they doing? Maybe you should try to give some of those cars to the police, or give those cars to the police. I'm not sure why we still have those. Why persons are still working for that unit? Because we've relaxed a lot of the restrictions. The only thing left now will be the mask.
Yeah. We saw some videos from some parties over the weekend. Oh, boy.
Dwight,
I don't know if they were from 2019.
I'm not going to
I
judge
can't tell.
anybody who has a party and there are no masks, because you can go into the hotel and do not take a mask.
Yeah,
I've been to functions and you walk in and a mask is not required. So I'm not going to judge anybody in this country that has a party that does not have a mask, because it's happening in the country.
Yes. Now, I don't know if you're piled up on top of people in the hotel.
It doesn't matter.
But
It doesn't matter.
I think it was a concert or something. Someone sent me a video.
You do not.
They were.
I've been to, there was a Junkanoo rush out. There was no mask. Nobody wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So I don't judge you.
Oh, well. That stadium always should have been a multiplex. A single field is for private professional sports. Do the studies. No one ever does. They're saying there should have been quite a few. Well, maybe they're counting that. That's not far. It is walking distance about, and maybe they're counting that all as part of the complex. That we have these beautiful, as we were told, fields nearby as practice facilities, and then the stadium for. Sure. I thought this is a text. I thought someone else was the press secretary. Okay, so you're confused. There's the head of the Office of Communication and the press secretary. It's two different things. Press secretary works for the head of the Office of Communication. All right. This one says, there's soccer clubs sponsor kids all the time. I'm part of a soccer club that recruits from government schools and sponsors them to be part of a club. Yeah, okay, that's different. That's what we're saying, right? It doesn't happen in the school so much. You've got to be a part of a club. And yes, that's what people will sponsor.
Yeah,
but students.
Given the situation that we have with crime, I was thinking back. I remember when Tommy Turnquest was the Minister of National Security. That was way back then, right? And he used to say there's just a handful of persons committing these crimes, right? But now, when you hear reports, these persons are 16, 18, 21. So obviously, to me, this is like this vicious cycle. Right? And so when you have problems like that, you need to look at programs where you can get as much of our youth involved in it to help shape their lives as possible. And a program like this, like baseball or any type of sport, would be very good. And so I think the best place to start, because a lot of times what happens is private school student parents, they sacrifice. A lot of people are sacrificing to send their children to private school to get a better education. And they sacrifice to pay the money to get their kids involved in the sport. But then you have the public school where these programs should be in because the resources may be limited in those schools. And I think that's where you have better impact. If you're using these programs in the schools to get kids involved in programs that would help shape their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. On this text here, I'm not understanding it. The person says here, great show as usual. Stop being ridiculous. Not because other countries are doing something makes it a right decision. Boy, I tell you, if other countries jump off a cliff, you would jump too. What are we talking about here? What's this text about?
I'm not sure.
Sports? What? I don't understand. Okay. Sure. Says there's a big hole on Mackey Street North. Go fix it now, government. Not just Mackey Street. Oh, boy. I think 2 weeks ago I told you about the hole on Prince Charles. It's still there. Someone put a rock in it, but they took the rock out because I think the rock was causing more issues. And now they put pieces of asphalt. I don't know where they got that from. But somebody put pieces of asphalt in the hole. It's still there.
They should put cement in it and hope it didn't.
Maybe we should. Since
there are a lot of holes. And then
what
happens is if you have a little bit of rain and the water settles, you don't know where the hole is.
Oh, this person's talking about the mask mandates. So I guess that's a message for you.
No.
They say just because they've lifted mask mandate doesn't mean.
Well, I said they lifted it in the hotels. That's another country, I guess. That's considered another country?
Yeah.
Okay. Hotel. Okay. Well, that is true. Yeah.
You didn't know?
Okay. Thank you for telling me. That's right. Thank you. No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
All right, let's take a break. Again, don't forget Team Bahamas. Support them tonight at Bahamar, and we're going to be looking at the baseball July 7th.
You going?
Through 11th. Hey, it's right here. I could drive by on my way home and
That's
take
exciting.
a stop and see.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, but or you're talking about tonight?
Tonight, the Team Bahamas.
Okay. I don't want to tell people where I'm going to be. But who knows? When we come back, F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sand says the Prime Minister's traveling too much. We'll get into that after the break. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Oh, tell them we proud of we country. Tell them they could come see. Then say I'm proud to be a Bahamian. Proud to be a Bahamian. Proud to be a Bahamian, yes. God gave this land to me.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. It's July 4th, and if you're traveling, you may have some headaches. More flight cancellations and delays this morning, says FlightAware. If you're driving, gas is $4.80 a gallon this morning, $1.67 more than last July 4th, but down 9 cents in the past week. The union says officers involved in the deadly shooting of a black man in Akron, Ohio, are cooperating with an investigation. Authorities say Jalen Walker was not armed when police chased him on foot and killed him in a hail of gunfire. Officers believed he had shot at them earlier from a vehicle and feared he was going to shoot again. Bobby DiCello, an attorney for Jalen Walker's family, says there's no proof that Walker fired police.
The car was driven by apparently there's a shot fired from it, right? We know the car is intact and has no bullet holes in it, and so we're interested to find out how this gunshot could have possibly been directed at an officer.
Police Chief Steve Milet says officers tried to save Walker after he was shot.
Akron police officers went to Mr. Walker and diligently provided first aid to save his life. One officer on a body cam footage can be heard saying he still has a pulse.
The police chief and the Walker family attorney were heard on WEWS TV. A gunman killed 3 people at a shopping mall in Copenhagen, Denmark. Police do not believe this was terror-related. They think the gunman acted alone and selected his victims at random. The suspect due in court today. Russia says it now holds all of the Luhansk region of eastern Ukraine after taking full control of Lysychansk. Ukraine says it withdrew from Lysychansk. This is AP News. An angry North Korea is speaking out. AP correspondent Karen Shamas is overseas with this story.
North Korea has condemned joint U.S., South Korean and Japanese military cooperation, warning that the move is prompting them to reinforce capability. North Korea's foreign ministry released a statement saying the current situation more urgently calls for building up the country's defense in order to cope with what they call the rapid aggravation of the security environment of the Korean Peninsula and the rest of the world. The statement was a reaction to a trilateral meeting that took place on the sidelines of a NATO summit last week. In the meeting, the 3 parties affirmed the need to strengthen their cooperation to deal with North Korean nuclear threats. North Korea views US-led joint military exercises in the region as an invasion rehearsal. Washington and Seoul have repeatedly said they have no intentions of attacking the North. I'm Karen Chamas.
And I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
Time for your first look at traffic for this morning, brought to you by RBC. For all of life's moments, there's one Visa Classic credit card in your real-time traffic. Again, Milo Butler Highway, as usual, heavy spot this morning from Fire Trail all the way up to Tawny Williams Darling Highway. Traffic as well south of Fire Trail in the northbound lanes. And eastbound on Fire Trail, also heavy this morning. Westbound on Carmichael Road, we're also seeing building traffic there on the way to Coral Harbor Road. And Blue Hill Road, just south of Soldier Road, the traffic is building there. And north of Soldier Road, in the northbound lanes, you'll be seeing that heavy traffic at Independence Drive. Pockets along East Street as well. And Prince Charles Drive and Robinson Road, the major intersections, you'll be seeing some heavy traffic. Northbound on Marathon, also busy for you. Now, Village Road, again, you're going to want to avoid Village Road as there's so much work going on there. And that is causing some issues as there are detours there, especially north of Shirley Street on the way to Eastern Road. That area is closed, and so traffic is building on Eastern Road westbound as a lot of people are being diverted there. So keep that in mind if you're in that part of the island. You might want to avoid being around there if you can. That's your real-time traffic in your morning blend traffic alert, brought to you by RBC. Experience cashless purchasing power and chip and pin security with your RBC Visa Classic credit card. Manage your day-to-day expenses and apply today at rbc.com/Caribbean/Visa Classic. And time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by BTC. We've got a robust tropical wave moving westwards towards the southern Bahamas. That's going to support bouts of active weather over portions of islands, and a surface ridge will continue to generate moderate to local fresh breezes through tonight. For the northwest Bahamas today, look for partly hot, actually, conditions and humid, very humid, with a few light showers and slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms. Becoming variably cloudy and warm with isolated showers and a few thunderstorms by late tonight. For the central and southeast Bahamas, partly cloudy to cloudy, very warm and breezy with widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms through tonight. Showers may be locally heavy and thunderstorms strong to severe at times. Small craft cautions can be in effect for the southeast and central Bahamas. Expect gusty winds and higher seas in or near heavy showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures today getting up to around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius, but the heat index will make it feel like 102 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius, and you're being advised to limit outdoor activities, especially during the afternoon hours, and to remain hydrated throughout the day. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 78 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. In your extended outlook, showers and thunderstorms will continue across the islands as the tropical wave continues its westward trek tomorrow and through midweek. Meanwhile, high pressure accompanied by drier air will begin to build a wave, allowing for conditions to gradually improve towards the end of the week. So for tomorrow, Tuesday, variably cloudy and warm with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms mainly across the central Bahamas. Wednesday, mostly cloudy and warm with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms in the northwestern Bahamas, turning partly sunny to sunny and hot with isolated showers and the chance of isolated thunderstorms across the rest of the country. The tropics are quiet. The tropics not expecting any development over the next 5 days. That's your morning blend weather check brought to you by BTC. All BTC prepaid combos now include full unlimited WhatsApp. Enjoy WhatsApp full, WhatsApp chat, unlimited WhatsApp video, WhatsApp calls, unlimited WhatsApp sharing. Visit any BTC location or WhatsApp or email them at their virtual store to activate today.
Are you an attorney with
We're always on the go. We know life can be a daily rush. CIBC, First Caribbean, you can count on us. We make life easier. Manage your accounts at any time. Apply for a loan. It's easy when you bank online. We make life easier with choices that suit you. CIBC, First Caribbean.
Breakfast just got better at Wendy's. Introducing the Breakfast Biggie Bag. Enjoy a double sausage muffin with 2 square sausage patties, a freshly cracked egg, and cheese served on a toasted English muffin, a medium waffle fries, and an orange juice for only $5.25, VAT inclusive. And an apple pie for just $1 more.
Say what?
At Wendy's, better breakfast is all day. Offers valid in participating locations. Wendy's, different inside and out.
Are you an attorney with a joint practice operating from one location? Accepting payments from clients doesn't have to be complicated.
Introducing RBC MultiPay. Now each attorney can securely accept and settle payments with one point-of-sale device supporting multiple bank accounts.
With competitive pricing, training, and easy setup, you will be up and running in no time.
Call 356-8500 to sign up for RBC MultiPay.
Catch Janae's annual 20% off back-to-school sale going on this week only. Get up to 20% off on all school stock. Yes, 20% off all school items. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts in a variety of colors, colorful backpacks and lunch bags, character towels, raincoats, and umbrellas. Shop early and don't miss out on this. Janae's Chesapeake Road's annual 20% off back-to-school sale going on this week only. The best quality school garments at low, low prices. Beat the rush and save. Janae's 20% off annual back-to-school sale going on now. Restrictions apply.
$35,000?
What would you do with your share of $35,000?
Just spend $250 or more on any Scotiabank credit card
between March 15th and June 30th.
For a chance to win your share of $35,000. The more you spend, the more chances you get to win.
There will be 3 winners of $10,000 each and 5 winners of $1,000. It's so easy to enter. Don't miss your opportunity to win.
So what would you do?
Visit bs.scotiabank.com to learn more about how you can.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now. 3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshost.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem. Just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
Create memories and experience moments with the love of your life that will last a lifetime right in our backyard. Escape the hustle and bustle of Nassau with your special someone for an intimate island getaway. You can get lost in the magic of an island sunrise or count the stars in the night sky. In the Family Islands, disconnect from the world and reconnect with the one that means the most. Now is the perfect time with our 2 fly-free Bahamas Residence special. Go to bahamasresidence.com for more info.
You're always on the go. We know life can be a daily rush. CIBC, First Caribbean, you can count on us. We make life easier. Manage your accounts at any time. Apply for a loan. It's easy when you bank online. We make life easier with choices that suit you. CIBC, First Caribbean.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Yeah. We're back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Pamela Musgrove. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be talking with BPSU President Kimsley Ferguson. Is going to be right here in studio with us. Before we go to the news, though. So yesterday I was watching a little bit on television, the Beat Retreat. I salute the folks who went out there yesterday. It must have been very hot. But it looked like it was a lot of fun and very, very, very well done as always. I did tune in at a very interesting point when the Defense Force was on. I'm just curious, just if you can explain to me. They were marching, when they're all white. I showed Pam a picture, but they were each holding, not the ones playing the instruments, but the marching there. In each hand, they were holding a live crab.
Okay. With all of the...
While they were marching.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Each one.
Yeah.
So the Defense Force had crabs. Live crabs.
Maybe there's
there.
a method to it. Maybe there's a thinking. Yeah.
They're holding in each hand.
Okay. What was the theme?
I don't know.
Maybe there was a theme.
I mean, it's interesting. It's Bahamian.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an explanation.
Yeah. No, well, it's different. It's different. Everybody's got crabs. Okay. Anyway, Maybe you saw it. What do you think of it? Did you think that was cool? It's certainly different. Maybe they've done it before. I don't know, but someone said, let's do that again. But live crabs.
Or you prefer them to be dead?
No. No, that would be much worse. What? No. Anyway, but they were playing the Cats the Crab song. Oh boy. They were celebrating the islands of the Bahamas, crabs for Andros. Oh, okay, everyone's telling me now.
Yeah. So I told you there was a reason for it.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Pineapples for did they all have pineapples? When there was a Luthra. Did they? There's a lot of pineapples if they did. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. There you go.
I knew there was a reason for it.
Pineapple. Oh boy. No, I saw the pineapple eating. Yes. Okay. Right. 2 people were eating the pineapples. Yes. But all the defense force marchers had crabs. Let's go to the news, folks. We'll be back. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. And now at 8:19, time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance. We've got a robust tropical wave moving westwards towards the southern Bahamas. That's going to support bouts of active weather over portions of the islands. And a surface ridge will continue to generate moderate to locally fresh breezes through tonight. Boaters should be alert for possible water spouts. Beachgoers in the southeast Bahamas should exercise caution due to rip currents, and mainly along eastern and southern shorelines. And everybody throughout the country being advised to remain hydrated and limit outdoor activities during peak afternoon hours, as heat indices are expected to soar into the triple digits again today. For the northwest Bahamas, we're looking at partly sunny to sunny, hot and humid conditions with a few light showers and a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms, becoming variably cloudy and warm with isolated showers and a few thunderstorms by late tonight. For the central and southeastern Bahamas, partly cloudy to cloudy, very warm and breezy with widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms through tonight. Showers may be locally heavy and thunderstorms strong to severe at times. Small craft cautions in effect. Expect gusty winds and higher seas in or near heavy showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures getting up to around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. But again, the heat indices are going to be in the triple digits. 102 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 78 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. In your extended outlook, showers and thunderstorms will pop up across the islands as the tropical wave that's going to enter the southern Bahamas will make its trek westward across the Caribbean Sea. And Tuesday, meanwhile, high pressure will accompany drier air, and that will move in behind that wave, allowing for drier conditions, improving conditions by midweek on toward the end of the week. So for tomorrow, Tuesday, we're looking at variably cloudy and warm conditions with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, mainly across the northwest and central Bahamas. Wednesday, mostly cloudy and warm with scattered showers and thunderstorms in the northwest Bahamas, turning partly sunny to sunny and hot with isolated showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms across the rest of the country. The tropics are quiet, tropical cyclone formation unexpected through the next 5 days. That's your morning blend weather check, brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance, still the first and only local insurance agency and company network that can let you buy car and home insurance 100% online. Try it at bahamasfirst.com. And at 8:22, time for another check of your traffic for this morning, brought to you by RBC. For all of life's moments, there's one Visa Classic credit card. In your real-time traffic, getting reports of an accident on Gladstone Road that is causing some delays. Traffic seems to be backed up near Loyola Hall. And you're going to be seeing issues in both directions at this hour. And then further up, we've still got the traffic on the way to JFK Drive, but that traffic near Loyola Hall, heavy because of that accident there at this hour. Then we've got Milo Butler Highway, heavy traffic there from Fire Trail all the way up to Tawny Williams Darling Highway, and eastbound on Fire Trail is heavy for you as well. Westbound on Tawny Williams Darling Highway, also seeing heavy traffic to that roundabout with Milo Butler Highway this morning. Then we've got Carmichael westbound looking busy for you on the way to Coral Harbor Road, and then building eastbound to Blue Hill Road as well. And Blue Hill Road is busy from Soldier all the way up to Independence Drive. The intersection at Soldier and East Street also busy this morning, so keep that in mind. And you will want to avoid Village Road. Lots of work going on there, and there are closures. So if you can avoid it, that'll be good for you. And we've got some of that spillover from the Eastern Road and Shirley Street as a result of the closure of that portion of Village Road there. So keep that in mind. Other parts of Village Road also busy for you near that intersection with Wolf, Bernard, and Soldier Road. Looking congested, and portions along Prince Charles Drive, especially near Elizabeth Estates. Those are your hot spots this morning. That's your real-time traffic and your morning blend traffic alert, brought to you by RBC. Experience cashless purchasing power and chip and pin security with your RBC Visa Classic credit card. Manage your day-to-day expenses and apply today at rbc.com/Caribbean/Visa Classic.
Fight with somebody daughter. I like to the you should know I'm a Bahamian from the Bahamas. It's the place you vacation. Slam domino every occasion. If I did it over, I wouldn't change it. 'Cause this is what I love.
And we are back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Pamela Musgrove on this Monday morning. And this morning we are changing gears. We're talking with President of the Bahamas Public Service Union, Kimsley Ferguson. He's with us this morning. We've got a lot to talk to him about, including that issue from a few weeks ago with claims about financial officers who overpaid themselves. We're going to get to that now, what the results are of an internal audit into this, or report into this. Kimsley Ferguson, always a pleasure. Good morning. Great to have you with us this morning.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, Bahamas. It's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. And Mrs. Musgrove, good morning.
Good morning.
So before we get into it, you were at the Beat Retreat over the weekend.
Oh, yes. It was awesome. I went out to enjoy myself. Everything was on point, spectacular. The performances were great.
And you thought the crabs you thought that was nice. You liked it.
Yeah, man. I like the crabs. You know, well, it didn't happen on Father's Day, so
that's
we were good.
Yeah.
I thought they did a very good job, the Defense Force, in exploring the islands of the Bahamas, which I guess was the theme of the pre-independence celebrations. Mm-hmm. So everybody did a very, very, very good job. I think that the Bahamas has a wealth of talent musically, and all I can do is I can see it spilling over into the international areas. So we're doing very well.
Definitely creative.
Yes.
It was a new way to look at it. All right, so let's get down to serious business now. We talked about this a lot on the show a few weeks back, and we were wondering how this could happen. And here we are. This is... tell us about this internal investigation here. When did this happen? Because people are trying to figure out how this could happen in the first place. If the claims were made were actually real, if this could indeed have gone down like this. Okay. So what inspired this?
Well, I know that we, through our sources, got a copy of a cabinet conclusion, which was the previous administration's reasoning behind increasing salaries and addressing the issue of career paths. Of course, our industrial agreement also indicated that when career paths and salary scales are adjusted, they should come under the foresight of the union themselves as well. And so that never happened, but it was done with a view to upgrading the salaries and salary scales of the individuals, but more so because the public service was not attracting the best and brightest minds in the country. And there were a number of advertisements that went out, and persons, when they saw what the salary was, they sort of leaned more to the private sector. And so to maintain the staffing and the employees and the finance and accounting officers that the government currently has, it was agreed by the previous administration to increase the salaries and adjust the salary scales of those ones, and to bring it up to, I think, this ISPAS standard. And so there was a comparative analysis done, I think sometime in 2008, 2009, thereabout, a compensation study was done. The only side of that study that was implemented was actually the service side of it. And so nobody gave consideration to salaries. There were entities like BPL, then BC, and all the other authorities and corporations that are subsidized by the government. When their salaries of their accounts personnel and the various other categories of staff was compared to the public service, it was significantly less than what our public servants were paid. And so these category of individuals who really have such a significant and important responsibility in manning the public purse, we really think that these persons should be considered. And again, we don't want to put persons in positions of responsibility like this who challenged in their finances. They may get some ideas. And so we see here in this particular audit report, it indicates here that the internal audit of the process for creation of and population of finance and accounting officers scales has been requested by the financial secretary. Okay. That would be Mr. Wilson.
So the cabinet paper, the cabinet analysis, right? What happened after that? After they determined that there should be some adjustment in the finance officer's salary, what was the next move?
Well, we see that
because the previous administration said they approved it.
Yes, it was a cabinet approval. It was approved by cabinet. Right. But according to a number of persons, there were some steps that should have been taken according to them that was not taken. Now, the audit report suggests that this was done during the COVID period. And so a number of the significant players were not in place because the country was actually shut down to some extent. And so that's one of the reasonings I read in this audit report as to why particular steps weren't taken. But we know that persons were paid, salaries were adjusted, and I really would like to get to the point where the minister, the state minister for the public service, indicated that finance and accounting officers paid themselves. we would have had a discussion about this, and for whatever reason, the Honorable Minister has not seen it fit to come out and apologize to these particular individuals because the statements that the minister made, they were inaccurate.
Okay, so once the cabinet paper was done, there was a letter sent to the Ministry of Finance to adjust these persons' salaries?
Public Service sent out a circular instructing directors, permanent secretaries, human resource professionals to make the various adjustments to these particular individuals' salary. Now, Public Service sent that out. And so they are the human resource center of the public service. Right. And so whatever instructions come from them, we can then ensure that the necessary steps that should have been taken would have already been taken. But based on the audit report, we find that there were a number of anomalies and procedural inconsistencies that took place that should have taken place. But what I like about the audit report is...
But isn't that a problem? That doesn't sound good at all.
Listen, it doesn't sound good, but listen to the audit report. It gives you a number of observations, and none of the observations that are being made and the recommendations that are being made is suggesting that these people must recover the funding or the monies be taken from these individuals. But what the audit report recommends is that the necessary procedural steps be taken to ensure that these individuals can actually enjoy the salaries that the government, the previous administration, had recommended that they get. And so, again,
I can understand that because, like you said, because of the pandemic, I would like to know, like, what procedural steps weren't made, but maybe they were minor generally. But, you know, I think with a new administration, looking at the cabinet paper and looking at the letter that was sent from the public service to adjust the salary, I think the next thing you should have done, like the audit report says, fix those procedural steps and adjust persons' salaries if you believe that they deserve the payment, as opposed to accusing them of basically stealing.
Well, you know something, you said something a while ago that is very, very interesting. If we think that they deserve, I am of the view that the financial secretary don't think that these people deserve these increases. You know that attitude, well, look here, I am the head.
Well, let's not make it personal.
No, I ain't trying to make it personal, but let me tell you something. When you're going to make statements about the people that we represent, see, y'all don't have to worry. They ain't going to lock y'all up. Let me do the talking. When you're going to make statements about persons who we represent and defame their character as individuals that are dishonest, and then what they duly deserve, these individuals have mammoth task. Their responsibility cover the span of a number of ministries and departments, some carrying 2 and 3 and 4 ministries. And you're going to tell me these people who man the public purse are not entitled to compensation commensurate with the responsibility? Dwight, I have a very serious problem. Now, granted, he is carrying the load of the entire financial sector in the public service. And I believe he should be paid a very handsome salary, which I think he is being paid. And so, again, there should be some degree of parity and consistency with his salaries and those persons that come down the line.
All right, let's talk about the salaries, because some claims were made, and a texter is reminding us that it was indicated that some people were getting paid more than their supervisors or managers. What is the reality here? How much was paid out?
Now, according to the minister, it was $4 million. But according to this audit report, it was $434,900.23. Now, I don't know
big difference.
Who was having a House of Assembly moment and didn't understand units, tens, hundreds, and thousands. I don't know. But I am saying, I'm reading this here, and I'm disappointed that I had to get this audit report through the grapevine after requesting it when the financial secretary showed us a snippet of it and said he had to get permission to give it to us. But he requested this audit report, right? And so this here exonerates the finance and accounting officers who was who it was alleged that they paid themselves to the tune of some $4 million.
I think that is the challenge. I think seeing the process that went through, obviously they did not pay themselves. This was authorized by cabinet and flowed through. There's some steps, like you said, that was missing. But to say that they paid themselves, I think that deserves an apology because you're misaligning person's character.
We're getting to that. On page 25 of this audit report, we see that the Treasurer directed payrolls and pension supervisors to action the new approved scales in the system in accordance with the cabinet conclusion. Now, public servants are creatures of instructions. It also suggests that the instructions from the Treasurer included a variance be applied to each scale and persons placed on the correct salary in the new FA scale. The variances were as follows. Now, there was a misstep in preparing the salary scales where we discovered that accounting officers were receiving a higher variance than that of their supervisors. That was an easy fix. No challenge. All it was an anomaly that could have been corrected, and then they could have proceeded. So we're making this sound like...
How did that happen?
Corrected in that you increase or decrease?
No, that you actually cause the accounting persons to be at the variance that they should be at and not have a higher variance.
Do we know how that happened? What led to that?
Well, again, see, Dwight, this is why the union should have been involved, because if the union was involved, that would have been something that we would have recognized. And so we find that successive administrations are doing particular things and not including the union. When it comes to personal emoluments, terms and conditions of employment, the Bahamas Public Services Union is the sole bargaining agent for public servants. So how are you going to do some stuff to their salary and don't involve the union? You may actually be disadvantaging some people. And so if you're disadvantaging them, the person that represents them should be in a position to say, look, you're moving the goalpost in the middle of the game.
So were they made to pay this back, or has it been corrected? How was that corrected?
No, there has been no movement, and I'm happy we're at this point. There's been no movement that is visible. And I'm understanding that there's somebody doing some stuff behind the scenes. Now, nobody was made to pay it back yet. And I don't think that they're going to ask them to pay it back. But I'm understanding that the Ministry of Finance, since we don't want to call nobody name and title, the Ministry of Finance is seeking to disadvantage them and to go contrary to what the cabinet conclusion was suggesting that we do. The Ministry of Finance now, instead of a salary upgrade, they're seeking to do a post upgrade, which indeed will take the person not to the salary that was recommended, but to a post which would be the next step. If you are, I guess, finance and accounting 1, I guess you will go to 2. But if the recommendation was that there is a salary scale adjustment, it means that if you were in step 5, you should actually go to step 5 in the new scale. And so the Ministry of Finance is seeking to do a post upgrade which disadvantages finance and accounting, which is consistent with what the Cabinet of the Bahamas recommended.
Okay, let me understand this. So if they were supposed to get this increase, let's say at post 1,
right?
What they're doing now is moving them to post 2, where this increase would have been, where the salary for that scale is equivalent to the increase that they would have gotten at post 1.
No. What they're doing is, all right, if you're at step 1 in the salary scale, then you laterally move to step 1 in the new scale. If you're at step 5, you're laterally moved to step 5. Whatever the salary is over here in the new finance and accounting salary scale, then that is the salary that you receive. But what they're doing is seeking to adjust that, where you not receive what you should have received if you were moved laterally. But they're seeking to just take you to the next post that will not be anywhere in the vicinity of the salary that you should receive.
Okay.
So is that not a promotion?
It's not a promotion. The intent of the cabinet conclusion, really, it had something to do with promotions, but it was more so designed to adjust the salaries of the individuals who had such a grave responsibility.
But do you think, I think generally that we in this country, particularly our politicians, I think in general, but we're talking about our politicians, they have a serious challenge with transparency. And the transparency is the hallmark of good governance, right? So we, the citizen, pay taxes. We pay taxes for a benefit. That's education, healthcare, all of these benefits. That's why we pay taxes. And so our politicians are obligated to us and to report to us and be accountable to us about what we're doing. So when we look at government, shouldn't there be somewhere out there where at each level or at each stage in government, there's a salary attached to that scale, that level or that scale? And that should be transparent. So this shouldn't be a problem. This shouldn't be a problem about adjusting over here and not adjusting over there, because it's transparent. And when you make that move, if someone is at level 1, anybody who occupies this position at level will receive this salary. Anybody who occupies this position at level 2 will receive the salary. And if you make increases, it's across the board. But this conflict, I think, that is happening is because of the lack of transparency and persons doing something in one area that affects the other area, but they're not taking note of that.
I want to just read something, and then I want to ask a question. This indicates in paragraph 2 of the cabinet conclusion, because of the relatively low salary scale ranges for accounting personnel in the public service, 3 persons who were recruited during the last year resigned from the Treasury Department within 3 to 8 months of assuming duty. During the recent recruitment exercise, some 12 persons declined the offer of appointment because of the more lucrative remuneration they are able to receive in private sector. To avoid losing current and prospective professionals to the private sector, the Ministry of Finance recommends the career path and salary scale of accounting auditing personnel to be upgraded effective the 20th of January, in addition to other employee incentives indicated below. Now, I have a question. Do we think that this is too good for our finance and accounting professionals to upgrade them commensurate with the responsibilities that they have when compared to their counterparts regionally and globally? We find ourselves at the lower end of the totem pole. And we don't even have to go that far. We can go right here into the private sector.
Well, I don't expect them to get what the private sector get, but for the specific reason that in the public sector, you have a lot of casual days and a lot of benefits, right? But I do think their payment ought to be competitive, because that's a skilled area. That's not somewhere where you can just grab someone and put inside there to do that work. That is a very skilled area. And like you said, you want the best and the brightest. And so I think they should be paid competitive.
Now, let me say this. I guess I'm going to be a little biased here because I represent these people. Let me tell you something. I want to say this again. These are the persons that man my money and your money. And one of the things associated with persons who have fiduciary responsibility is that they be comfortable to a great extent in what their remuneration is, so that their ideas to be dishonest like persons were suggesting.
That's the second time you said that, though. I mean, but that really says, that implies so many negative things about the people we have working. I mean,
No, Dwight. What I'm saying is, the connotation was not suggesting negativity. It's suggesting that we don't want to put persons in positions where they find themselves, because of the low rate of pay that they're making, that listen, boy, I can borrow the issue money here, but it doesn't suggest that. But they're entitled to it based on the responsibility that they have.
Well, maybe that's the reason why we have a problem with stealing in our country, because minimum wage is $2.10 in the private sector, $5.25 per hour, and there are a lot of persons making minimum wage. So maybe that's why we have this high issue with stealing, because they're not adequately paid.
You know, I agree with you to a great extent. Gas costs more than would be getting paid for minimum wage. So somebody have to decide whether they're going to work or they can pay the rent.
Wow.
And
All right. We got to take a break, but before we go, okay, so the texter's asking about this as well. So where did this 4 million figure come from? Is there any indication as to why that might have been suggested? It couldn't have been just a mistake, putting a comma or misseeing a number. There's got to be more to it. Does the audit report, I didn't say anything when I read it, but does it suggest how that might have been mentioned?
I cannot tell you, Dwight. There's nothing in the audit report that indicates a figure other than observation number 7, $434,900.23. That is the money that was paid.
Yeah. All right. So just so people can understand, again, this is a very special copy, but for people to understand how authentic this report is, can you tell us a little more about it?
Well,
within what's legally allowed.
Well, it has to be legal. It's out.
Yeah.
Listen,
out-ish.
You know.
Out-ish.
Out-ish. That's a good one, Dwight.
Listen, you know, there are a number of observations in this particular document. The first observation, the auditor here is pointing out to us, it says, audit found from our interviews with Public Service Commission that they not only received the revised career path for finance and accounting officers, audit officers, the Public Service Commission did not receive the recommendations for promotion, reclassification with salary progression. That is a complete list of officers affected, and thus no further action was taken for staff to receive promotion letters. Watch what their recommendation is. The Treasury Department should, for all officers concerned, be advised to prepare a salary progression sheet to enable letters of promotion to be properly sent out. These documents should be sent to the Public Service Commission for completion of the promotion, reclassification, and salary adjustment exercise. This should be done in advance of the budget development exercise. Now, it points out what the inconsistency or what the anomaly was, and it suggests rectify it so that the exercise can proceed.
Do you think it will be rectified?
Well, and I just tell you, the the Ministry of Finance is trying to seek to give these persons a post upgrade as opposed to a salary upgrade. And it was designed for those persons. That public service policy tells you what ought to happen with a salary upgrade. The policy there is, if a salary upgrade is being done, then you should move laterally. That's the policy. But for whatever reason, particular administrations or successive administrations are seeking to be a law to themselves and go contrary to the public service regulations and public service policies.
What is the salary scale for post 1 in the finance area? What's the salary scale?
Let me see if I can find that real quickly for you. Post
All right,
1.
look that up while we take this break,
Yes.
and we'll get back to that. We are talking with the president of the Bahamas Public Service Union, Kimsley Ferguson. We are looking at the internal audit report for the final internal audit report, the compliance audit, for that controversy with the financial officers there, getting to the bottom of it. We'll be back. Stay with us. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
I'll take you to Nassau, the capital. Watch a Junkanoo festival. Then to Gad Island, eat flour cake. Watch quadrille dancing to the rake and scrape.
When faced with an illness like cancer, we band together. And we at Cleveland Clinic in Florida have your back. From advanced cancer treatments to extra safety measures at all of our locations, we're with you on this journey. For every infusion and follow-up, for every step of the way, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic in Florida. Get the care you need when and where you need it. To learn more or connect with a local representative, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Are you an attorney with a joint practice operating from one location? Accepting payments from clients doesn't have to be complicated.
Introducing RBC MultiPay. Now each attorney can securely accept and settle payments with one point-of-sale device supporting multiple bank accounts.
With competitive pricing, training, and easy setup, you will be up and running in no time.
Call 356-8500 to sign up for RBC MultiPay.
That's right, boys and girls. Get ready to play basketball at the 34th Annual Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp, July 4th through July 29th at the Kendall J. Isaacs Gym, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. daily. So parents, get your boys and girls ages 5 through 18 registered now. Applications available at the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, Tonic Williams Darling Highway, and at the registration desk at Campsite Kendall J. Isaacs Gym. Special appearances by NBA players, legends, and coaches. So get your boys and girls registered now, ages 5 through 18, for the 34th Annual Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp, July 4th through July 29th.
Hello? Keisha, you something else, boy.
Who this is? Tamika?
You ain't even remember my name? Wow, Dread.
Girl, I've been so busy. You still planning your trip?
Girl, and I can't wait. I right here online booking my car.
You dare planning trip. You vaccinated?
Girl, we had to. We ain't been nowhere since this pandemic started. Girl, and we got a 14-day vacation.
Best vacation ever.
Girl, are you though?
Well, I know you was gonna get the vaccine because you too like travel. When y'all get your vaccine?
Girl, long time. Because you gotta get your first dose, wait, then get your second dose at least 2 weeks before you travel. Johnny get his vaccine and he 12. Even Grammy get hers. Child, and Grammy say she ain't get no money. But I see her hiding that under the mattress.
Child, let me send my list, because I know you going shopping.
Keisha, don't play with me.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by PAHO WHO, Canada, and USAID.
At Western Union, we have different sending options for you to use the one that fits you best. You can send money directly to bank accounts around the world, or for cash pickup by visiting our agent locations. Or you can also start your money transfer in our app and then pay cash in store. Look for an agent location near you, or download our app and send money to your loved ones abroad.
You know, you should teach a savings class, because you know everything. No, I just choose wisely. Like, I just got 2 months free home internet from BTC. All I did was sign up for internet. 2 months internet free? For real? I bundled my internet and mobile services, and now I'm paying half of what the other guys charge. Plus, as a new customer, I get 2 months internet free. What? Nah, that's a big deal.
Switch to BTC Internet and get the second and third months free for new customers. Conditions apply.
Earning zero interest on your savings at the bank? With as little as $100, you can start earning interest on your money while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank with the CFAL Savings Express Plan. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
Wherever you're headed, the Custom Computers Know-How team is standing by to help guide you in the East and the West. We now have 2 convenient locations on Patton Street in Palmdale and our newest store in the Caves Village Shopping Plaza through the Blake Road entrance. Discover the latest products by top international brands and the knowledge you need to unleash tomorrow's technology today. Drop by Custom Computers out east or out west. We're open Saturdays from 10 till 4.
The Cotton Tree on Bernard Road has a deal for you, animal lovers. We are the sole distributor of the affordable Super Can dog and cat food. Mothers, we also distribute Bumble Pampers, the most inexpensive in the Bahamas, plus wipes, powdered and liquid detergents, disinfectants, and the delicious Max Fly energy drink. The Cotton Tree Convenience Store on Bernard Road, Fox Hill, open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Call us at 364-6249 or 805-5679 for more information.
We know how important collecting your money can be to the success of your business.
Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
If I could live my life far into yesterday, I'll talk with the great Pompey and Black Dick too. Oh, I'll chat with the Milo Butler and the great
We're back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Pamela Musgrove. We are talking with BPSU President Kimsley Ferguson. We've got our hands on is this out? Is this document out? Is it really? Not exactly.
Dwight,
is this a leaked document?
It's out.
Mm-hmm.
I asked for it.
Outish, Dwight.
Outish.
It's outish. I asked for it. I asked the financial secretary, who told me that he has to get permission to give it to me. But every talk show host, except you, and every newspaper person had this report.
Mm-hmm.
I got this from a newspaper person.
Well, okay.
See, I think that's what's missing in this whole governance.
Transparency.
Transparency. It's foreign to us. It's difficult for us.
Yeah.
To just be outright transparent, because that improves good governance and it holds people accountable.
All right, so let's talk about it. Before we get to it, Pam asked you some questions before we got a text message. We need to get through all this. We don't have much time. But if you could say, this is the internal audit was prepared by...
This internal audit was prepared by internal auditor Kevin Archer, CPA certified PFM specialist, Director, Ministry of Finance, Internal Audit Department.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an official document.
Yeah.
Okay? Of course, we weren't given a copy, but again, I wouldn't come here with rhetoric or inaccurate information. And I think you were about to read something.
I'm going to read this text.
Yes.
All right, but again, that shows that the treasurer approved, made the payments, and it was only for about $434,900 $900.23.
And it affected 250 persons.
250 individuals.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Not $4 million as we had heard before.
No.
Although this text is reminding us, Ferguson here with half information. He has a duty to his members to represent them correctly. Our favorite correspondent, Anton, he calls all the shows.
Or maybe the texter.
Anton gave some information that the audit report triggered a separate accounting exercise to determine the full scale of the overpayment, and that is where the $4 million figure came from. Did Mr. Ferguson investigate that allegation at all?
Did you get that report?
Well, see, I shouldn't have to...
That's not mentioned in the audit at all.
I shouldn't have to investigate anything. You're talking now about the personal emoluments, the terms and conditions of employment of public servants that we represent. So this information should have been forwarded to us. Unlike, like this particular document that we had to probe all our sources in order to get an understanding of what they were saying, because we didn't know. But regardless of what was said or what the whole picture may be, there are 250 persons affected by this exercise. Mm-hmm. And their salary don't even amount to $4 million. No. And so I don't know what other picture. Then I'm concerned. Are you saying that Mr. Archer doesn't have the capability of auditing a particular exercise? That's the question, because if this triggered another audit, then you need to tell us why this was insufficient.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe it could be that he's an internal auditor for the Ministry of Finance, and then the other audit was done by an independent private company. And in any event, that should have been disclosed to union. So I don't think if they were to do a private audit, it means that he's incompetent. It's just being more objective.
What a caller to a talk show host says. We couldn't even be discussing. Right? We shouldn't even come into our discussion.
Let me do the talking.
Okay.
Let me do the talking here this morning. And I am very concerned that now, because this doesn't indicate, want it to say, another audit was conducted. And if we're using the samples that were used in this particular audit, I please pray tell me how the findings can be different. And you know, I'm really, really concerned. And Dwight, I see in the paper this morning there were some settlements made. Okay? And police officers are receiving their due for whatever experience that they would have had. I want to suggest that there was another finance officer experience where they were ostracized, who also sued the government of Bahamas, and I'm advised that settlement was made. I pray tell me, I wonder what percentage of what he trying to take, whether it's 90, 95, 99, what percentage?
Well, the person is necessarily the person behind all.
Well, I ain't calling nobody name, my friend.
But you're right. Okay, so what is next? Now that we have the audit report, are you hoping that the Minister of State will apologize, or what is?
I am hoping that the Minister of State for the Public Service would be the honorable individual that carries that title, honorable, in front of their name. It means to have respect and due regard for individuals, and not, if she realized that she made an inaccurate statement, then come out, because you're the boss of these individuals. You're the Minister of State for the Public Service, and you are casting aspersions on the people that you have oversight for. This is ludicrous, Dwight. And so we demand that apology. I have made every effort to speak with the substantive minister and to come together and get a result. I spoke to him personally. I said, now, Minister, if the Minister of State makes herself fair game in the public in the public domain, in the media, and make inaccurate statements, and we, to your attention or to her attention, and she refuses to make good with the people that she represents, then she becomes fair game for all. And so, again, I just believe the minister probably saw some extra figures someplace that would have cost it to read $4 million. But I just want to say the same audit report that she had on Beyond the Headlines, Janique Miller's show, is the same audit report that I have. And while every media person would have had it, and we were making an appeal for it and couldn't get it, this is disrespect towards the unions, because you cannot be alleging particular things concerning public servants and refuse to give the union copy of getting your information from, if indeed it's accurate.
Wow. And what was the response to the minister to what you said?
A minister at that time, he was abroad traveling. And so I had asked for a meeting when he returns. Well, he went again. And so now I guess we have to seek an audience, but we're demanding that they apologize to the finance. The audit report is clear. I don't know whether, let me tell you something. I don't believe. Now, I'm not the greatest numbers person in the world, but 250 people in the public service, and listen to me, you're a mathematician. Can you tell me, by 250 by 4 million, how much each person should get?
When you divide, I think 400,000 according to that is what, $1,800.
No. I don't want to. I want to know
4 million. A whole lot more than
$1,800. It was 4 million. Divide that for me, please. Because then.
Did you find what Pam asked you about? The
I
scale
found one that I can use as a comparison. The accounts clerk. The current salary would have been like $18,750, and the max of the scale would have been $26,550, and then the proposed salary scale would have been $1,850, and it would have gone up $350, which is only an addition of about $2,000, couple $100 annually.
Wow.
Well, if it was the $4 million, that would have been about $16,000 to $17,000.
Oh, they got some money for the people. They got some money for the people.
It may just have been a transposition error.
Could I
So
make
a whole, in some cases, almost a doubling of a salary?
Indeed.
That would have been.
Indeed. And so I just want us to really, really look at page 25 and see what it says, who has given the instructions to pay.
Okay.
I want the Bahamian public to know that these people didn't pay themselves, that these people who are creatures of instructions receive instructions from, on page 25, the treasurer of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I don't want to call her name because she's home enjoying her retirement. Okay? But they received directions to apply these things in their respective orders.
All right, we only have a couple more minutes. So where do morale with these financial officers, where do things stand after what's been happening over the past few
Dwight, they
months?
are highly upset, discouraged. The morale is at an all-time low. My boss get out there and call me a crook. Hello? Let me tell you something. I think what needs to happen, if we want to enter political life, we have to understand the decorum associated with it. And we have to know what we should say and what we should not say. They can't be, and I ain't calling myself no junglist, but guess what? You can't be reckless with the statements that you make when it's going to have an impact on the performance of the duties of the people that you supervise. Come on, man.
I think it's just more training.
I believe it's more training. And you know something? One thing with the voters of this country, they don't forget certain things. And let me tell you something. It would be better for you to repent. It would be better for you to repent and say, listen, I was given the inaccurate information. What I indicated in relation to a figure and the statement I made in relation to persons paying themselves was not accurate. I apologize. Listen to me. It takes a big, big individual to do that. And let me tell you something. Nobody is trying to embarrass the minister. We're only, see, would you like to hold on to your pride while some people walking? We had an experience on the Labor Day parade. Certain persons passed our grouping of people. Well, listen to me. That was another story, Dwight. Listen, and I had me some finance and accounting officers on that parade.
Oh, dear.
I even ain't gonna tell you what happened, Fred.
Was it Christian? What happened?
Listen, no, it wasn't Christian.
All right, so this is a tense moment, tense time for the financial officers in the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. But you're going to keep us posted.
What's next? What's next?
But can we, listen, can I read one more observation
Right,
so
really
you can
quickly,
see
really
the
quickly.
direction that this actual audit report was taken? One more observation, right? And listen to me. This is amazing. I think Kevin Archer did a very good job with this. And one of the things I noted was he recommended that all the persons who actually was part and parcel who were omitted, that they be, and that the persons actually be given what they're entitled to 100%. But just so people can see the trajectory that this is taking, observation 2 said, disadvantaged and affected officers from career path upgrade. Auditors were informed that the Treasury Department did not send out a circular to all ministries, departments, and agencies for the capture of officers who should be included in the career path salary upgrades. Information on all officers who are performing the accounting areas or who have not been reclassified was obtained. Therefore, audit found that some officers have been inadvertently left out of the exercise, such as non-reclassified transferred officers. Typical. It says internal audit and audit officers and management. In all cases, officers have not received MPS and Governor General letters. Now, there are some people who are carrying out accounting and audit functions, who are substantively carrying another title, who need to be reclassified so that they can receive what everybody else is receiving. Now let's listen to the recommendation. Treasury Department, recommendation, Treasury Department should be advised to transmit circulars to the ministries, departments, and agencies for capture of all officers to complete exercise accurately and submit the required template to the Public Service Commission for their proper transmission of names to the Governor General. The Public Service Commission should then be able to request orders from the Governor General on the promotion, reclassification, and salary increase. It didn't say take nothing from nobody. And so all the missteps that would have been taken, this audit report is suggesting and indicating to the authorities that they actually make sure that this is and proceed as planned.
Right. Wow. Kimsey Ferguson, keep us posted on this, as we said. Thank you for being here this morning. It is quite something. We will see what comes out of it. But thank you again for being here on Morning Blend this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I know
Dwight.
there's so much more we can talk about, but we'll have you back again soon.
I enjoyed your company, and I enjoyed Mrs. Musgrove. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We're going to be back, Morning Blend Business, after the news update. Stay with us.
Understand, you see, up in the bite, that's where them people are so nice. There once was a boy, he never had many toys, but oh, he could dance, oh, he could prance. Get him in a circle, watch that old boy dance. He got a West End move, he got a West End groove.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Monday, July 4th, 2022. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Pamela Musgrove. And it is summer, it is July, it is hot, and plenty of people are on vacation and are considering staycations as well. And Comfort Suites might be the best place for you to go. Here to tell us all about this and all the specials they have for the summer period. We're very pleased to welcome our friends from Comfort Suites. We have Director of Sales, Yasmin Mills-Strawn. We have Director Taylor and Senior Sales Manager, Lakeisha Benaby. Great to have you all with us. Good morning.
Good morning, Dwight.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We talked to many of you not too long ago when you were celebrating your anniversary, but for those who might not be familiar with this best-kept secret on Paradise Island, tell people what Comfort Suites is all about.
Good morning, Bahamas, and happy 4th of July for all of our American friends and family.
Yes, that's right.
We're here today to tell you about our sweet summer sale. So this sale has started and it will end August 31st. So you have time to make plans and provisions to bring your family, your friends, plan those special occasions, those birthdays, anniversaries, and come on down to Comfort Suites Paradise Island, where we have this phenomenal deal of $158 per night, plus taxes and fees for single or double occupancy. And that's with a minimum length of stay of 2 nights. And with that, you will also receive it free with 3 paid nights. So we have a bundle going on here.
Oh,
wow.
And also, when we're talking about free, we're offering our free food and beverage credit of up to $30 per day with the sensational summer sale. And that can be redeemed at our local restaurant on property, which is Crusoe's, or our Splash Pool Bar, or our Bamboo Lobby Bar. And also with all of that, free again, you'll get free access to Atlanta's Aquaventure Water Park, free daily complimentary hot buffet breakfast, free Wi-Fi, free parking, so you don't have to worry about that. And then also the bonus is kids 11 and under stay free.
Oh, man.
They play free. So bring the family down. This is definitely the summer deal.
That is awesome.
That's
I
a
know
lot.
somebody who's planning a staycation, and they had another hotel in mind, but I'm sending this off to them right now to check out.
Yes, this is it.
It's already in place. You say it's going on until the end of August, but it's started already.
Yes, it has started. So we just wanted to give that extra push. You know, there's so many holidays and occasions during the summer period. And then there's a lot of families that still aren't comfortable with traveling yet. So just come straight across the bridge, stay with us for a few days on Paradise Island, stay with Comfort Suites, and play at Atlantis Water Park.
Okay, all right. This is fantastic. All right, so let's talk some more about some of these features and what people can expect at Comfort Suites, and if there are any blackout dates or if there are things that people need to keep in mind. All right, so let's talk about that. What can you tell us?
So I'm going to chime in. Yasmin here. She's going to speak about our festivities at Crusoe's Restaurant for 4th of July, which is today, and also our Independence celebrations at Crusoe's.
Okay.
Good morning, Bahamas. Good morning. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning.
Happy Monday, happy new week, and happy 4th of July to all of our American friends and family. So today at Crusoe's Restaurant, which is our on-site restaurant, it's located on the pool here at Comfort Suites Paradise Island. We have an amazing old-fashioned barbecue. It's going to be ongoing all day. The lunch period is 12 to 4. We want to invite the public on out to listen to the tunes of our DJ and enjoy some of the typical American food. We have the grill out. We're going to have shrimp, salmon, chicken, all of that items on the grill. And you know your traditional Southern mac and cheese that's available today. And tonight, between 5:30 and 9, we're going to have live band entertainment on our pool deck, all in push for the July 4th celebration. So before the fireworks, we want to invite everybody on out. We want to advise the public that Crusoe's is available not just for our on-property guests, but also for the general public. We want to come on over and enjoy the American barbecue that we have going on today, or our signature Bahamian and continental cuisine that Crusoe's has become so well known for. We want to remind the public that we are still enforcing all of our COVID protocols. Our tables are spaced, our silverware and wraps instead of being laid out, and sanitization stations are strategically placed throughout the restaurant. And anyone can come out and dine just by showing proof of vaccination or by providing a negative rapid antigen test. And I want to toss it over to Lakeisha, who's going to tell you all a little bit more about the COVID protocols for the entire hotel.
Good morning, Bahamas. So as Ms. Sean started to tell you about our commitment to clean, so as she spoke about the general detail clean throughout the property, we still have our drill sergeants throughout the property, making sure our high touch point areas and frequent areas are sprayed down, wiped down, and germs free. We still encourage the social distancing. We still have our signage and floor markings throughout the property. We have hand sanitizing stations throughout the property to encourage you to sanitize as you go throughout your day. And we also have, once you're entering the property, we require a rapid antigen test no older than 3 days old if you're not vaccinated. And then person vaccinated, we just need proof of vaccination, and that's both shots. So once you enter, you'll be greeted with our security team who will allow you to do your temperature check and also do your sanitizing of your hands. And then you will proceed to the front desk where you'll be able to provide those documents for our team members. So even though we are somewhat free, we're still making sure our guests stay safe while they're here with us at Comfort Suites Paradise Island.
Mm-hmm. How have guests adjusted to the requirements or the just everything, sanitizing, whether or not to wear masks? What have you found?
It's encouraged, but as we all know, there are certain policies throughout the hotels where we encourage persons to wear the mask, but we cannot make them in certain lobbies and in corridors. But other than that I think persons are actually buy and buy because they're still afraid of catching COVID again.
Yeah, as they should be. Absolutely. All right. So we're getting some questions here about taxes. So you mentioned $158 per night. Does that include the taxes, or what will it be once the taxes are included?
So no, that does not include taxes. So it's $158 plus taxes and fees. And the taxes are the standard taxes. That's your VAT and your resort levy. However, the fees are customized based on the occupancy in the room. So that's based on the amount of adults that are in the room, and then also persons 12 years and over, because, as stated before, children 11 and under are free. So it's really hard to dictate what the exact fees would be, because it's definitely depends on the makeup of that particular room.
Generally speaking, will that take you over $200 with the fees? If let's say you have a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 children under 12.
Generally, it'll probably take you to about a $220, somewhere around that mark. Like I said, it's hard to say without sitting down and actually calculating it.
Okay.
But I would say for around $220, around $225, you should be able to get a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 children under the age of 11 for a nightly stay.
All right. So I'd asked about blackout dates. You didn't mention it, so I'm taking that means that no blackout dates from now till the end of August.
Well, we don't have any published blackout dates, but the special is based on availability.
Okay.
Around those holidays, especially this weekend and the Bahamas holiday, we don't have a blackout date, but as that availability becomes lower and lower and lower, that rate will definitely increase. So we want to encourage our Bahamians to take advantage of this amazing local special. Book it while you can, book it ahead of time, because, our people last minute. We like to make up our mind the night before. So
that morning.
That morning, but you can't do it that morning because we have to have advance booking of at least one day.
Okay.
So they need to book at least in advance to receive the access to the Atlantis Aqua Park.
Okay. All right. We're getting a lot of great text messages here. All right. So back to COVID. Do you need to be vaccinated to stay at Comfort Suites?
So you either, if you're not vaccinated, we require a negative rapid antigen test no older than 3 days of your check-in. Or if you're vaccinated, we just need proof of the vaccination card upon check-in.
So what about children under 11? Do they need to be vaccinated or have a negative antigen COVID test?
So that's anyone 11 years and older. So the children who are not vaccinated, they'll just need to provide the rapid antigen test.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. This person saying, I stayed at Comfort Suites this weekend. Best deal in town. So you get the endorsement of that texter there. Wonderful stuff. All right. So tell us more about Crusoe's and some of the dining options at Comfort Suites.
All right. Well, Crusoe's is a full-service restaurant and bar. Here at Comfort Suites Paradise Island, we offer indoor and outdoor seating. Crusoe's is open daily for lunch 12 to 4 and dinner from 5:30 to 9 p.m. We also have a daily happy hour between 4 to 6 with fantastic drink specials at our Splash Pool Bar. And the Splash Pool Bar, if you're a resident guest, is actually a swim-up bar. So you can choose to jump in the pool and swim up and enjoy cocktails at Splash. If you're not a resident guest, and of course you can stroll on up and sit at the dry side and still enjoy those cocktails at Splash. We offer Bahamian as well as continental cuisine, a variety of seafood, steaks. We have the conkiest comforters on Paradise Island.
Wow.
And some of our signature entrees include your rack of lamb, seared salmon, and authentic, and emphasis on authentic, Nassau grouper. We have authentic, the freshest and most authentic Nassau grouper this side of Paradise.
Okay.
So today we're focusing on our July 4th American barbecue, in addition to all of our usual staples. So if that's not your flavor, you can still come on out and grab grouper today.
All right. That sounds good. Well, anything special happening Bahamas Independence Weekend?
Most definitely. For Bahamas Independence, we're going to have the favorites that you know, love, and can recognize. Crab and dough, pea soup, conch fritters. We're going to have freshly made conch salad. On Bahamas Independence, on the holiday, the actual holiday, which will be Monday, July 11th, we will also have live DJ between 12 to 4 and our live break and scrape band between 5:30 and 9. So just as we're highlighting the July 4th with a barbecue, next week, Monday, we're going to highlight all the Bahamian favorites.
Okay. All right. This sounds like this is going to be
Great.
the place to be. The place to
Yes.
be. All right. So remind us, you say you need at least a day prior to book this, but remind us of the deal, what is available between now and the end of August, and what folks need to do if they're interested.
Yes. So come on down to Comfort Suites. We have a plus taxes and fees, and that's for single or double occupancy. We also have our 4th night free promotion going on. With that, we have a free food and beverage credit along with that. And then also, all of the perks of staying here at Comfort Suites, such as the Atlantis Aquaventure Water Park, the complimentary breakfast, the kids stay, play, and eat free at our restaurant. So there's so much going on with this bundle of a deal. Remember that advanced booking is definitely required so that you can have all of the amenities at Comfort Suites, which includes, of course, the Aquaventure Water Park. So we need you to book at least 1 day in advance. And they can call us at 605-6300 or 363-3680. Or they can WhatsApp us if that's more convenient, and that is 557-8483. And they can also shoot us an email or connect with us on social media, local residents page.
Okay. Give us the phone numbers one more time. 605.
605-6300 or 363-3680 or WhatsApp at 557-8483.
And like you said, you act now if you want to be there for
now.
Bahamian Independence, and we've got another holiday.
When I say
in that
we're about to
158
be
right
sold
now.
out,
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause
So
that-
we just want everybody to have an opportunity to really experience a staycation, a true staycation, a break from the norm, and just one drive over the bridge and you're here.
Yeah. And we've got
Oh,
another
that's awesome,
holiday
though.
coming up as well in August. So those
Exactly.
are great ideas and a wonderful property to
And for
enjoy.
persons who may be having challenges and are not able to take the family away as they would usually have done, given the cost of
Yes.
living crisis, this is wonderful
Yeah.
to
Yes,
experience that
it's
right at home.
options.
Yeah, and great deals,
Yes.
definitely. All right. Someone's asking for the name of the restaurant. Yeah, Crusoe. All right.
Yes, that's the name of the restaurant.
And Comfort Suites. Thank you all so much this morning. Yasmin Mills Strawn, Leslie Taylor, Lakeisha Benaby. Great stuff there. And Comfort Suites. We need to come down there, maybe do the show from there one of these days. But that would be
Good
something.
idea.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, okay. We'll talk. Thank you all again. And thank you for letting us know about these great deals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Enjoy the summer and happy independence, both of those, U.S. and Bahamian independence to all of you. All right, we're going to take a break and be back with more. This is Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
When I'm walking down them rocky, narrow dirt roads, with a basket of potatoes on my head. Oh, don't you worry, I come from down home. That's where the island folks bake their potato bread. They bake it down home, outside in the Dutch oven down home.
At Western Union, we have different sending options for you to use the one that fits you best. You can send money directly to bank accounts around the world, or for cash pickup by visiting our agent locations. Or you can also start your money transfer in our app and then pay cash in store. Look for an agent location near you, or download our app and send money to your loved ones abroad.
Boy, why you look so mashed up like clothes at the washer?
No, boy, just a hard day, boy.
Hard day? What happened? The breakfast lady ran out of tuna and gritty.
We need to start joking with everything, you know. This serious, boy. This real serious, boy.
They were serious? Tell me.
Alright, well, today, boss gave us, boy, one big contract. And nobody else get a chance and nobody say nothing.
Boy, you know that ain't right. You know government contracts ain't supposed to go that way.
Yeah, but nobody's saying nothing. Boss man just tell people to sign the papers. Then he send me to meet his boy downtown and collect this envelope.
You need to tell somebody. You need to become a whistleblower.
You know I's a real man, but I never blow no whistle. I be drunk all my life and junking.
No way. A whistleblower is someone who tells people what they see when they see something wrong happening at work.
But I ain't no whistleblower, and I ain't no snitch. I still white there, you know.
But nobody can know it's you. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers, or you could text them from inside the Crack Crime Bahamas app. They don't ask about you, and your call goes straight through to Miami, so nobody know you is. And if you text, your message get mixed up like Kong Salad.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
Ready to save? You can put $100 into the CFAL Savings Express Plan and make sure your money keeps growing. Earn interest on your savings while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
The Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center is here to help small businesses throughout the entire Bahamas. To better serve you, we've made it easier to contact us. Call 461-7232, WhatsApp 359-0626 or 359-2394, email helpdesk@spdc. Submit a ticket when you visit our help center at accessaccelerator.org. The Access Accelerator, empowering small business.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem. Just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment, plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center is here to help small businesses throughout the entire Bahamas. To better serve you, we've made it easier to contact us. Call 461-7232, WhatsApp 359-0626 or 359-2394, email helpdesk@spdcbahamas.com or submit a ticket when you visit our help center at accessaccelerator.org. The Access Accelerator, empowering small business.
It's time for your morning business report brought to you by CFAL. Cryptocurrency markets seem to be in free fall, but Bahamas-based cryptocurrency exchange FTX continues to not only thrive, but to prop up the sliding market. The company's vice president of communications, Valdez Russell, telling Guardian Business that wherever FTX has a presence, it will continue to drive crypto and blockchain applications. The Bahamas has a distinct focus on attracting cryptocurrency firms, but some of the biggest firms. FTX, though, has positioned itself to purchase one of those big firms, BlockFi, which is licking its wounds from the crypto crash. Russell says FTX will continue to assist crypto market players. You can read more about his comments in today's Guardian Business section. With the time quickly approaching for the Bahamas and countries around the world to implement a global minimum tax, Economic Affairs Minister Michael Alquitas says whatever policy the Bahamas implements will ensure the interests of investors and clients in the jurisdiction and ensure that they are well protected. The Bahamas was one of 136 Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development member jurisdictions that agreed last year to the G20 OECD Inclusive Framework on Base Erosion and Profit Shifting to reform the global taxation system, which calls for the implementation of a minimum tax at 15% by 2023. Alquitas was speaking last week at a Bahamas Spotlight event in London, hosted by the Bahamas Financial Services Board, in collaboration with the hedge fund news website Hedge Week. He said, quote, "We have responded to an adopted EU standard on ensuring that entities in the Bahamas are managed and conducting adequate business in the Bahamas and removing all preferential exemptions for local entities conducting commercial activity outside the country. We embrace change as an opportunity for growth." The Central Bank of the Bahamas attributing the decades-long decline in private sector credit to high collateral requirements, which it said can be addressed with a modern, secure transaction system that enables the use of movable property as collateral. In that vein, the Central Bank releasing a consultation paper on the draft Movable Property Security Interest Bill and the reforms needed for taking security in movable property. The paper explaining that while access to finance is critical for private sector development and economic growth, it remains one of the main challenges for business growth, particularly for the small and medium-sized enterprises, which struggle to access finance due to lack of collateral. You can read more about that in today's Guardian Business section. And iDiscover, officially launching as the country's latest outdoor market incubator designed to boost the business of small and green economies. The company, funded through the Access Accelerated Small Business Development Center and the Bahamas Entrepreneurial Venture Fund, was delayed in opening due to the COVID pandemic. The market is located on St. Albans Drive. iDiscover's principal, Taranique Miller, is saying that the company was spawned out of her inability to find an affordable space from which to sell her artwork. Details in today's Guardian Business section. Overseas, Germany and Ireland have condemned the UK government's move towards unilaterally rewriting parts of the post-Brexit deal with the European Union. The German foreign minister and Irish counterpart saying that there was no legal or political justification for overriding the agreed trade rules in Northern Ireland. Writing in the British newspaper The Observer on Sunday, the ministers say Britain will be breaking an international agreement just 2 years old, which it hadn't engaged in with good faith. The so-called Northern Ireland Protocol within the deal maintains an open border with EU member Ireland and free of customs posts. The British Prime Minister to remove the checks on goods such as meat and eggs arriving in Northern Ireland from the rest of the UK, which protect the European Union single market. Lawmakers in London passed legislation which permits the move last week. Johnson's critics, opponents, and some members of his own party, along with European observers, have said the plan breaks international law. The government argues that it's justified because of the genuinely exceptional situation. In your Market Watch recapping trading on the BISX from Friday, market movers, Commonwealth Brewery moving 4,500, up 33 cents, close at 9.33. Doctors Hospital moving 300, unchanged at 9.75. Consolidated Water up 10 cents to 2.90. Emira Incorporated down 3 cents, closing at 11.46. The BISX All Share Index closing at 2,588.53, up 4.40. Recapping the week, the local market ended the week with 259,200 shares crossing the exchange with 45 trades, accumulating a value of $1,206,000. The BISX All Share Index gaining 65.64 points, or 2.602%, Year to date, the index is up 360.29 points, or 16.169%. The week's volume and value leader, Commonwealth Bank, moving 212,351 shares in 16 trades with a value of 729,665. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report, brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. And tune in tonight to CFAL Talks at 6:30 p.m. right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are back here with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Pamela Musgrove. And I want to bring this up. We said we were going to get to it. We didn't get a chance to get to it because we were talking about a whole lot of things earlier. But what do you make of this? F&M Chairman Dwayne Sands is blasting the Prime Minister and the PLP for traveling, all the traveling. In today's NASA Guardian, this article here, F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands blasted Prime Minister Philip Davis for traveling with a big contingent to Suriname, arguing that Davis should focus his energy on the issues at home. Davis is in Suriname for the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting. He recently attended the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Rwanda and the Summit of Americas in L.A. in California. On Friday, Sands says, quote, "Sometimes you just need to stay home and do some work. Crime and murder in the Bahamas is out of control. More than 72 murders for the year." He said, quote, "We are on pace for the highest ever murder count in the history of the Bahamas. Never mind that the government was elected to defend the safety and welfare of Bahamians. This travel thing is too nice." Sands says Davis needs to fix it, quote, "fix it." He said, quote, "Inflation gone crazy, but you all are traveling and sightseeing and TikToking and Instagramming all over the world. The people are worried that they can't get their pension because you won't sit down long enough to fix NIB. Nope, you all gone again. Give it a break. People are watching. They're catching hell, and you all are traveling." Now, so the government has faced criticism over its frequent travel with large delegations in recent months. It increased the travel budget by $4.2 million from $10.6 million to $14.8 million for the current fiscal year. But Prime Minister Davis, who criticized the former administration for not traveling enough, said his travels are bearing fruit. He said after he returned from Rwanda last week, quote, "Other world leaders and business people want to invest in us, and international organizations want to help us at an inflection point, a moment when we see our fortunes changing, when we can see our fortunes changing. We are now in the kinds of discussions where we can not only make our needs known, but have our requests honored. The global idea of the Bahamas is shifting, and people want to do business with us." Okay, let's get your reaction to that. What do you make of what Dwayne Sands is saying and what the Prime Minister is saying? Is he being unfair, Dwayne Sands, when he says those things? I mean, this wasn't to attend somebody's party. It was CARICOM. It was CHOGM. It was the Summit of the Americas. Who else is supposed to go but the leader of the country?
Yeah,
those things happen.
Yeah, travel is important. I think it's important for us to push our brand out there and not sit down, fold our arms, and hope that people come to us. So travel is very important. I do believe, though, it has to be transparent. Like, it shouldn't be a secret how much you're spending on these trips and the persons that are going on these trips. And also, we should see the fruit of the labor.
Yeah.
Not just say that it's successful, but we should see. We should be able to touch and feel the success of the travels. I remember in times
MOUs
past,
good enough? Memorandums of understanding?
actual results.
Oh, okay.
Actual results, meaning actually businesses that are set up here and people are working, or government revenues that are derived because of it.
Well, that might take a little longer.
We need to see results.
We need to see the
It needs to be transparent, and we need to see results. But travel is very important.
Yeah.
To go there and push our brand. Nobody's going to come to us, and most of the people who come to us want something in exchange anyhow. And sometimes the cost outweigh the benefits that we can derive from a lot of these projects.
I do think it's curious to bring up the murder count and to bring up inflation and even NIB in this.
Well, there's a cabinet, and I think that's what a lot of times we escape that. We have a prime minister who's the first among equal of a cabinet, and we have cabinet ministers.
Yeah.
We have a minister of national security. We have a minister for NIB.
Unless he's saying that all of these people went too. But even then,
But
there
even there, you
there
have
are
persons,
directors
yeah.
and there are PSs and there are all kinds of other people, assistant directors, deputy directors, and all who are working.
Government needs to see progress if they are going to secure another term, because the fact remains, if you cannot show persons where you have solved some of our problems, like crime, like national insurance and all these stuff, then when you go up to be for another election, persons may just as well say, not interested. So they need to show results, and they need to show positive results to the challenges that we have. But I think we also have to be out there. The Prime Minister also has to be out there to push the brand of our country and encourage
absolutely.
investors.
Absolutely. This was talk about bearing fruit. This statement just seemed to be picking at the low-hanging fruit there. I'm not sure about this one at all. But let's get your reaction to it, folks. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Caller, good morning. You're on Morning Blend Business.
Good morning to you, Dwight, and good morning to you, Pam.
Good morning.
Johnson.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
I have to agree with most of what Pam has said. Actually, all of what Pam has said. Considering we're looking for freedom of information, transparency, accountability, integrity, and most of all, anti-corruption. I think the word is vacuous, and I would say obfuscation. And so what you have is vacuous obfuscation of statements coming from government. Now, the point is that it's on June 23rd, made 40 weeks of the government being in power. Pam, you know what 40 weeks does, right? It brings delivery. And so essentially we've been having a lot of masturbation, for lack of a better word. But
Explain that. What is intellectual masturbation?
Explain yes, what it is, it feels good for a moment, but it brings quite no results.
Wow.
What happens is that, we are in an economic crisis recovering from Dorian to impact COVID. And we've had the Prime Minister and others running around saying about all the wonderful things that has happened. If you look primarily at what has been announced from the 9 months, those are things that happened for Grand Bahama. And if you look in the newspaper today, you'll see one of those things in the pipeline that's been dismissed. And so essentially, but you're talking about the entire country. You're talking about a GDP impact. They talk about this $4 billion. The Prime Minister is saying about how Hurricane is doing everything. But, we talk about the infrastructural needs of Grand Bahama and Abaco to bring it back. You have the impact of BPL that is totally still stamping on the economics of the Bahamas. But there has never been one simple policy that's been published or a single solution that has been clarified. What has been happening is feel-good statements, sound bites. And we are to the point right now, and we have these talk about orange, blue, green, all these different economies, and no one has defined exactly how these things will be done, who, what, when, why, and whatever. And I think it's time for us to get past the rhetoric of talk and get into governance. And if the Prime Minister goes on his trip, and I'm sure he's taking his entourage with him, but we still have a government that the responsibility goes beyond that of the Prime Minister. For each of these ministries that have responsibilities for each duties that brings about this whole economic picture together. And so right now we need the Prime Minister to begin to speak to his ministers and begin to publish executable strategies. You know, a national development plan by the Prime Minister, by the committee, Trivago Lang heads that are public policy. But again, people are losing homes. We're facing food crisis. We're facing, like you say, housing crisis. We're still in a medical crisis, and not a single solution. And I challenge the government to publish it, bring it to us. There's not been a single solution, a single strategy, a single plan, anything. Not even a policy has been published as of today. Oh, we're going to have the blue carbons, and we're going to have this and all of these different things. But nobody knows how do they get involved. How does it benefit me? How does it impact me? And they will not have another 5 years to do what they didn't do for the first 5 years. And so it's been 9 months for 40 weeks. It's time to deliver this baby beyond the talk.
Wow. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good day, this is Strachan, voice along with you, Dwight.
Hi, good morning.
Dwight, we need justice, law, and order in this country. But I want to ask you a question. A lot of people talk about how the Prime Minister making a lot of trips, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what do we get from the trips in which he be making?
Well, this is what we're talking about, right? And Pam is saying that, well, he's saying that we're bearing fruit, that people are expressing
He is saying
interest.
what?
He's saying that the trips are bearing fruit, that people are expressing interest. I know they've signed a few MOUs, but that's all, as Pam is saying, right? Talk.
Yeah, well, the people are expressing interest, but what are happening for the Bahamian people?
Yeah, I mean, a chance to bear the fruit, right?
How much chance, man? People
I mean, you don't want it to happen overnight either. I mean, that's going to be something that's going to leave out something
But
critical,
tell us what
of course.
kind of interest so we could have a focus.
I mean, that's it, and that is what you would assess this administration on. But the Prime Minister has to travel. He is the figurehead for our country. He is out there representing our country, putting our brand out there, and talking to persons, inviting them to come in. So I think the travel is necessary. Now, the results side of it, that is where we will judge to determine if all of this traveling really paid off.
Mm-hmm. And it will take some time. Hopefully, it won't take 5 years or whatever. But sometimes you have to make sure you get everything in place and line up all the ducks, as they say. We have to decide how much time we're willing to wait.
Bahamians are not going to give you more than your 5 year term to determine that.
Yeah, well, definitely.
And
definitely.
People are going through things now, and they want to see, because the question you asked during the election period, am I better off today than I was 5 or 4 years ago? And Bahamians are going to answer that personally based on that answer.
This text here, someone says, at first I was like, Dr. Sands just trying to be relevant, but when you look at it, he does have a point. The Prime Minister needs to stay home for a minute and get some work done. It's like we are at a standstill. Crime's increasing and prices are going up. Nothing's working. This country needs leadership now, please. All right, so we got 30 seconds. I mean, what do you want the Prime Minister to do? He is Mr. Finance, so I guess there's certain things there. But stay here and do some work like what?
I think he needs to just talk to his cabinet ministers. And then in this system of governance, every so often you do a shuffle. Maybe somebody is not performing at their peak in a certain area.
You're talking shuffle already? 9 months?
The Prime Minister can shuffle whenever he wants to shuffle.
Wow.
If we are saying we want to be results oriented, and if a certain area doesn't look as if things, maybe just move that person to another area where they can do well and bring someone else there.
Yeah. All right. So what's our final conclusion? Dwayne Sands has a point, and the government needs to stop with the traveling or ease up a bit, or is he just making noise for the sake of making noise?
I think Dwayne Sands is in opposition, and that's his duty to do that. But I think as a country, we need, a small country like the Bahamas, we need outside investments to help us. And so we need our Prime Minister out there traveling to bring in investments. But at the end of the day, We want them to be transparent, and we're going to judge them based on the results that they deliver.
Okay. Pam, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Dwight.
Very
Have a blessed
interesting
week,
show
Bahamas.
this morning. I won't see you next week because of Independence.
Yes. it is
Happy Independence. Enjoy.
Same to you.
And
the Bahamas.
Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow morning, though, with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan, have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for On the Clock coming up next.
Bahamas come together. Let your colors shine so bright.